All
And
right.
you're on, Lux.
And thank you for that nudge. I still need that, I find, someone to tell me you're on, it's on, it's. Hey, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us in what is now week 2 of what will hopefully be a regular feature of a bunch of blokes just catching up and chatting without a real agenda, but anchoring it somewhere around audience engagement, StreamAlive, and other stuff. So again, if you missed last week, quick introduction. I'm Lux Narayan, co-founder at StreamAlive, and my friends will introduce themselves in a moment. But we've been doing these weekly streams. We've actually been catching up every week for quite a few months, and we said we think what we are talking about is pretty interesting, and maybe the world thinks so as well. So let's put it out there. Let's have some fun, and let's just chat in public and see where it goes. So here we are. Over to you, folks. Quick introductions.
Oh, it's me. Okay, see, he switches it over and then it's me. Hello, everybody. My name's Neil Faramond. I'm not one of the co-founders of StreamAlive. I'm one of the people who help out with StreamAlive here and video producer, working with Mr. McKenna and a few other people in the eCam team and stuff like that. So yeah, happy to be here again.
And hello, Saeed, the facilitator from Germany, another not co-founder of StreamAlive. And yeah, my mission is to support others in making their online meetings non-Zoomish or less Zoomish and create engaging online sessions. And that was my short intro. And back to Martin.
To me, then. I'm the guy pressing the buttons in the background today. Sometimes it's Neil, it's me today, and it's me doing the designing. And we're live streaming in both horizontal and vertical, hopefully. And hopefully that means people can watch the vertical restream, replay on their phone as well, which it looks pretty cool on the phone. And thanks for joining us from all over the world. So we have Malta, we have Johan Victor joining us, and we have Stefan joining us from Sweden. So we've got people from all over the planet joining us, and I'm just a bit cross-eyed because I've got a screen over there and a screen up there, and so I'll be looking around the place. But I'm going to hand you back over to Lux for the moment and let him chat about the latest developments, which are pretty exciting for StreamAlive.
Thank you. And yeah, I'm going to apologize right off the bat because I just realized that last week, I think, Said, it was you who politely pointed out that my camera is tilted. And I know that bothers a lot of people, including you. I think it's still tilted, and I promise to have it sorted out by next time.
It bothered me, but I was not the one who pointed it out. Just saying.
I think it silently bothers everybody, Lux. I think that's the problem. And, just one person just says, okay, fix it. So there you go. It looks okay, sort of, if we don't look too closely.
I tilted my monitor, so everything is fine now.
I just tilt my head. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, we're all looking at it like this now, so you're good. Keep going, Lux.
And Said's going to keep turning like this, like he's driving a car or something as each person speaks. So, yeah. Now it's I was just about to ask you folks how last week was, because for me here it was fun, chaotic. We have this thing, Tech Week, here in the States, right? Which different weeks they have it in different cities. So I think they had a Tech Week San Francisco, then they had a Tech Week Boston, and last week was Tech Week New York. I live in Jersey, about an hour and a half from the city, and in the 5 days of last week, I think I was there for 4 of those 5 days. So it was quite intense, going for a whole bunch of events. So it was work-related events, and I mean, you guys know this. I have a bias and a penchant for comedy, and there were a fair amount of tech-related comedians talking in different configurations, interesting tech kind of comedy. There was one about artificially unintelligent and a lot of interesting stuff happening there. So I was doing that in the evening, so pretty hectic. But in the daytime, most of the days, I was at a lot of events by Gamma. They had this one big event called Gamma Rama, which had Malcolm Gladwell and Mike. I can never figure out how to pronounce his last name, Big Biglia, and a couple of other folks talking on stage. There's these two Brazilian filmmakers, and all of them talking and storytelling through using presentations, using Gamma in this case for obvious reasons. But also got to hang out a lot with the Gamma team and this group of Gamma ambassadors that I've grown to meet and know and love. And the context for that was StreamAlive's very recent, not yet publicly announced. And I just realized this is the first time we're publicly talking about it. The fact that we are actually integrated with Gamma. And just by way of context over there for the folks not familiar, so StreamAlive helps make live sessions engaging. We have a web application, and people would have to import their slides as PDFs into the presentation so that they can have talking slides and then have the listening slides in between. And that was a pain point for a lot of people. So we had folks saying, hey, instead of getting my slides into StreamAlive, can I get StreamAlive into my slides? And we did that for PowerPoint. I know we have a few PowerPoint fans here in the room today. We shall talk about that. And Syed, we didn't see that wave. Yes. Syed was just talking a little while back about how he's given up on his PowerPoint days and past life on that, but we shall let him talk about it himself in a bit. And then we had, folks using it and saying, okay, this is cool, but I use Gamma. Can this work with Gamma? And we started working on that. So that translated into building a kind of an embeddable version of StreamAlive that can embed into Gamma. Showed that to one of the co-founders at Gamma, John Arona, and his team, and they seemed to love it, and actually gave us a much more native integration into the platform. So all the StreamAlive magic, chat-powered interactivity, now works inside of Gamma, and I'm super, super thrilled about it. But I'm going to pause here because I can keep talking about till the cows come home about presentations and making them interactive and stuff. But yeah, very, very excited about this new integration and showing it to the world. This will be the first time we're showing it publicly.
This is cool. So you've not shown this before. Amazing.
Are you ready to show it?
Except the Gamma ambassadors. Yeah, no one's seen it. Sorry, Martin.
Are you ready to show it, Lux? Because we can move on to a screen share of you.
Absolutely. So, Martin, since you asked me to share screen, you need to give me let's actually create a couple of interactions and put them in together very quickly. Sounds good?
Sounds great.
I think we should do it. We should be done in less than 5 minutes, and it's a good test to see if you can do both really fast. So, Martin, among the many things that you dabble in, give us a hobby that you're creating a presentation for.
Oh, do you know what I'm doing at the moment? I'm building a greenhouse.
You're building a greenhouse?
I'm building a greenhouse, which involves me flattening out a part of my back garden, because you can't build a greenhouse if it's not flat. Unfortunately, I've chosen an octagonal greenhouse, and it didn't occur to me that means that it not only has to be flat in 2 directions, it needs to be flat in effectively 8 directions, or at least 4. Otherwise the glass doesn't fit into the greenhouse. So thus far I've built a flat base, and over the weekend I built the octagonal shape, and now I am completely and utterly petrified about lifting glass into various different panels, including the octagon shape on the roof, because that's going to involve me sort of using these big suckers on pieces of glass and then climbing up a ladder and putting it into the greenhouse. So there's my topic for a presentation for you.
I'll confess that when I asked you the question, I expected something like swimming or hiking or woodwork.
Boring.
Creating an octagonal greenhouse was not in my. Neil, you know Martin for a long time. You look like you expected him to give an answer like this.
Well, I knew he was doing some gardening work, but I wasn't sure if that was going to be the topic of the day. I mean, if you'd asked me the same question, mine would have been land clearing, because we have to do that before the fire ban in Portugal. So, it's all gardening related, unfortunately, this time of year. We have no hobbies. We're actually working in the gardens separately, of course. So there you go. We're giving you a challenge. Anything to do with gardening? How about sort of planting for beginners? How about like that? Top 5 plants.
Top 5 or octagonal. I'm curious to see what actually happens if you say octagonal greenhouses. That's Said, I told you it's not going to be about PowerPoint and presentations. You're about octagonal greenhouses today.
I tell you, greenhouse is
wondering
really popular.
I was still wondering if Martin is talking about an AI tool like Greenhouse AI or something. So I'm not 100% sure. Or is it like actually physically doing things with your hands?
What I should live stream it from the garden on slow motion.
There you go.
And then apply a green screen chroma, because the greenhouse is actually green as well. So I could get some weird effects.
So folks, the entire agenda for this thing has changed totally. We're kind of doing a bit of a pivot here.
What was the question again?
Why are we here?
Should we be using PowerPoint for this? No, that wasn't the question, was it? No, just kidding.
Hey, speaking of PowerPoint and presentations, have you folks used Gamma before? Or
Yes. Yeah, we used it right at the beginning, I think, when I came across it. I don't know whether, Martin, you mentioned it to me or I mentioned it to you, but yeah, we sort of discovered it around the same time.
Okay.
And very, very powerful.
Yeah. And going from strength to strength, I mean, people using it now for websites. And I met someone last weekend who created their entire website using Gamma, not just their presentation. So I'm a fan. But let's actually, for those not familiar, very, very quickly, this is my version of the Gamma application. Please don't judge me on the weird presentations you see over here on stand-up comedy, on dog cafes, and on extinction of giraffes, all of which are obviously related to B2B storytelling and talks to streamers and trainers. And now we're going to add one more mad presentation to the mix. Neil, which one is it? Is it gardening, or are we doing octagonal greenhouses?
Oh, we've got to do the greenhouse because we want to see what it comes up with.
Yes.
He won't real challenge,
Martin might just remove us from the thumbnails and everything. We don't do the greenhouse. Let's do so building an octagonal greenhouse. Just in case the greenhouse wasn't. I'm going to create 10 cards on it. I could create them as you can create from multiple ways. I'm going to create one using their one-line prompt. I could create it classic. If I want to make it default or traditional, PowerPoint-ish. I'm just going to go with the traditional right now. So we have like for like. And let's actually create an outline. I got 10 slides. I think 10 slides is fine.
You could have added in Edinburgh.
In Edinburgh,
yes, just to make it a little more specific. Exactly.
Just say don't do it in October to February.
I think you might just break the Gamma AI doing all of this. So, building an octagonal greenhouse in Edinburgh in February. Okay. All right. It's come up with a few things. Sun capture a growing success. Stakes getting light and temperature right. So this is kind of the skeleton of what is there. Do we want it to be minimal, concise, detailed, extensive? I'm just going to go with minimal. And if you want me to change something here, just feel free to jump in and say, no, let's do concise or something. It's a greenhouse. We should go with a green theme. Let's see if we get a greenish theme. I'm going to search. That looks green. Martin, you like this, Sprout?
Yeah. I don't know if I'll be growing sprouts in the greenhouse, but it looks garden.
Yeah, I want you to be happy. So if you don't like the theme, you got to tell me, and I'll search till I'll find a theme that you're happy with. Yeah.
No, I'm happy with that.
You're happy with it? Okay, let's do this. So you selected a theme. We've decided on a text density, and do we want stock photos, web images, AI images, illustrations, animated GIFs, or what would we like for our pictures of sprouts in Edinburgh?
Should we do AI just to see how good or bad it is in relation to what a sprout looks like? I think. Let's try that.
Since you said AI, you got to choose an art style too, Neil. Suggested, photo, illustration, abstract, or just auto select.
Should we just go create? Yeah, let's do abstract.
Abstract.
See what it comes up with. Yeah.
All right. Okay. What
If
can
you
go
would
wrong?
have picked stock photos, I'm wondering if there's like a real market for this. Are there real stock photos of someone building an octagon greenhouse? Is there a community of people who does this? Is there a need?
You look
I
at the
think what you're
stock
saying
photo
is
attribution and it says Martin McKenna. So
there you go. There you go. That's what I mean. So you need to take some selfies, Martin, then sell them on iStock Photo or something like that.
all right.
Hopefully
Too late
with
to-
glass intact.
Okay, let's see what our presentation looks like. Martin, you are the resident authority on octagonal greenhouses, so you got to tell us if this works or not.
And whether it looks octagonal or whether it's going to be like I don't know.
I think it might be square because it's abstract, right? So an abstract octagonal greenhouse might be, I don't know.
A square.
Okay, so
Wow, it's wanting me to put electricity into my greenhouse. I don't know what I'm going to be growing that requires 24-hour electricity. But I could get arrested for that, so I won't be doing that.
We're all thinking the same since you said greenhouse.
or you could move to New Jersey where a lot of things are legal and you could start a business here. Okay, there it is.
It's an
Talking
octagonal
about
greenhouse.
ladders, of course.
That actually is very
looks
close
nice.
to what I'm building.
Oh really?
Wow.
And you got all that glass in there. You got to.
I've got to put it
That's
all
the
in
bit
there.
you've got to. I think you need some help.
But not as big as that one. It's this the one at the top was closer in terms of the picture. It looks pretty
Beautiful
much
pictures though.
like
It looks
that.
really good actually.
But without the rocket on the top of it. But it's more or less the same as that. Yeah.
So can you add a rocket to your greenhouse, Martin, so it matches, so life imitates art?
I'll have to find out where I can get one from now. I'm sure if I put that into something, I'll be able to get it 3D printed somewhere. You know.
Martin, are you happy with the presentation? Shall we make it interactive?
Yeah, that's
We're
looking
doing
good.
this live
Yeah.
session. Yeah. Okay. None of us
it's
have
very nice,
any clue about
actually.
this, so you're the judge. Oh, it's got a full geometry lesson here.
And you need it in the metric system. So we need real measurements. This doesn't make any sense.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm
we
going to
don't-
test some things out here.
Change the.
Can you
And
make
also, like,
measurements to
the
metric.
sun in the background didn't look like Edinburgh at all, from what I learned about that place. It looked too
What are you
sunny.
saying? There's no sunshine there. I mean, you could see the blue sky. That's what gave it away. That you know it's not. That you know it's AI.
yeah. I think we should ask Gamma for sponsorship, right? We're doing a beautiful demo for Gamma right now.
Definitely. Well, Gamma people, if you're listening, just go to www. Just fill in this form here and send us lots of money. It'd be great.
martinsgreenhouse.com.
Yes.
Hey, so Said, you got metric now. I changed it to metric. So you can AI chat with each card and say what you want. So I made it, but of course it's made this inches and this here. So just to make everybody happy. So you got inches here and you got centimeters here. The whole world is happy. Martin, do you have a sundial or a compass in the middle of that?
Not yet.
I think Martin's taking inspiration from this presentation more than anything. That is just. Are you going to do like a garden makeover by the end of this presentation? I think.
I'm just worried that it's going to tell me that I've done something wrong already, and that I have to go back the way. Yeah, now that does look a bit suspicious. That particular.
That looks very
greenhouse.
suspicious. Yes. What
If
are
you're
you growing
just-
in your greenhouse, Martin?
Tomatoes mainly, honestly, Governor.
Okay. So can we grow?
You need to make air quotes when you say these things.
Yeah. That's suspicious. It's like a scene from Breaking Bad. There. Never mind anything else.
If you're just joining, folks, this is not a home and garden TV, or what is it called? HGTV, I think.
Home gardening
Other
television.
controls is our friend Heisenberg. So
Yeah.
I don't know how many years it's going to take me to make the money back out of tomatoes for the cost of the greenhouse. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
You don't do a cost-based analysis on this. Yeah, there you go. Depends what Strawberries, maybe. What's the biggest markup? What's the most expensive fruit in Scotland right now? Just try and grow that.
Actually,
Avocados, probably.
strawberries grow really well over here, and raspberries and other soft fruit grow really well.
Okay.
I think it's something to do with the moisture levels.
Cool. Martin, you ready for the other side of the house? So we've got a presentation now on octagonal greenhouses, and you're going to be making this on LinkedIn Live. So you want to add some interactions to it. So I'm going to jump to the StreamAlive side of the house.
Okay.
Actually log into my StreamAlive app. So folks are familiar with StreamAlive. Looks like a presentation editor, except every slide is a listening slide. In fact, I don't know if I told you folks this, one of the names we considered for the company and product was Listentations. And someone said, only I like that name and nobody else does. So we never went down that path. But hey, you can present and talk, or you can present and listen. And this is for listening. So these are Listentations here.
I think StreamAlive is better, personally.
Better? I like it.
No
Okay, I'm going to
comment.
create a Listentation, StreamAlive presentation for octagonal greenhouses and making an octagonal greenhouse. And over here, just as a prelude to what's going to come up, you're asking StreamAlive to suggest interactions for a live session on making an octagonal greenhouse, because of course that's top of mind for all of us. And who's the audience, Martin, for this talk?
Is it gardeners?
Not a bad idea at all.
Then we can ask them what to grow in the greenhouse or something like that. Perhaps it will come up with that.
Did you see it on the Gamma presentation? It literally said tomato greenhouse on the first slide. Did you add this, or is it just scary AI?
Oh no, I told the AI, hey, can we grow tomatoes instead? And then
okay.
changed that, yeah.
I was
Was
thinking the
scared
same
for a
thing,
little
Saeed. I thought it was listening, and then he just created
Yeah.
this.
That's why I muted the whole time. No.
So here I put this one. Can we grow tomatoes instead? So at least right now it's not listening to us. It might be listening to us for other stuff. So you don't know. All right, going back here, making an octagonal greenhouse, and our audience is gardeners. Martin, should we torture it? Should we say gardeners in Edinburgh?
Gardeners in Scotland. That should.
Okay.
All three of them.
Gardeners in Scotland. Okay.
So I just got that. All three of them. Okay.
Yes, we're waiting for the other two people to join us. All right. So it says, let's ask people, which region in Scotland are you gardening in? It sounds reasonable to ask. In one word, what's your biggest challenge in greenhouse gardening? Sentence or two, what unique challenges have you faced when constructing or maintaining a greenhouse in Scotland's climate? What material do you prefer for the frame? Is any of these the material you're using, Martin?
Metal.
Okay. What's one unique feature or design element you would incorporate into your octagonal greenhouse to suit the Scottish climate, and why? Oh gosh, I can't wait to see the AI responses to this question and see what comes up in the simulation. Yeah. So
drain pipes, possibly.
This material. Shall we go with this? Yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's just select all of these. I'm going to add my 13 slides in here. And I've got a 13-slide presentation on making any session on octagonal greenhouses interactive. And we get to choose a theme here as well. Want to go for a green theme here too?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Indeed. I don't have anything called sprouts, but we got something called drift, which looks too drifty. Nocturnal, linen, sea. Okay, this looks nice. This looks very green, certainly. Okay. And we got a bunch of interactions over here. So now, folks, you got to help me out with which one we bring in where. So which is a good page. So what happens is these are, yeah, of course, you guys know, but for the folks listening in, these are StreamAlive interactions. And earlier, if I wanted my slides, what I would do is simply take this deck over here that we created for Martin a little while back. I would export it into a PDF. And then I would import that PDF in here in StreamAlive and bring them in between my interaction slides. But now we can get these interactions into Gamma. And the way we're going to do that is simply copy this interaction link, jump across the pond to Gamma, and maybe we put that right after the title slide where we ask people where they want to, good idea to ask them where they plan to do their gardening. So should we go ahead and add it here?
Cool.
Yep.
Yep, let's do that. And this is something which we've not announced before. So if you see a Gamma over here, all these different things, you got the ability to add a basic block, like what are these text and all the standard blocks that you would have, image blocks, whether it's external images or things that you're uploading yourself. You could change it to a smart layout that you want. You could use all these different predefined layouts and it automatically figures out the format of the content you're putting in there. You could have different diagrams. I think the folks at McKinsey probably love all of these. Charts and visuals, videos and media, embedded apps and web pages. So you could embed an Instagram post or a Figma design or a Miro board or other things. And the last one is forms and buttons, where you got all these kind of buttons. And this is what got added most recently. So you could add a StreamAlive interaction in there, pulls up a side box, and you simply add the URL of the interaction we copied from StreamAlive, right? And boom, we've got that here. I think I changed the formatting here a little bit. I might just put it full screen out there. You can change around, play around with the formatting, but in effect, this slide is now interactive. And once I connect my Gamma to Zoom or Teams or YouTube or any of the platforms that StreamAlive already supports, the chat from there is going to populate into my Gamma in real time, right? All the simulations would work here as well. So let's maybe pick one. I saw a very interesting question that I was super curious about the responses for. Is it this one or is it this one? What is one unique feature or design element you would incorporate into your octagonal greenhouse to suit the Scottish climate? Shall we add this in?
There's a lot of Scottish weather bashing in this.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Even AI knows what's going on in Scotland. Well, that's good.
I never mentioned the weather.
It knows.
It's always listening.
Right. I think it probably went down, I'm just thinking what the AI was thinking. Like maybe it said, okay, should I go whiskey or should I go weather? Okay, let's go weather kind of thing. All right, I copied this one. And let's maybe just add it. I'm just adding it randomly in the middle. And of course, Martin, I'll give you this presentation so you can change it and add it wherever you want when you actually do this workshop. So I'm just going to go here, add StreamAlive in there like before. And this time around, I'm going to copy the link for, and again, this is a one-time thing. So I would, of course, pre-create this before my session so that when people join, this particular one seems to have a different layout where it moves into a different thing, but I can move things around to change the layout and stuff. I'm very, very curious to see what this looks like. So we're asking people, I'm going to go into present mode right now. There it is. What's one unique, should come in a sec, feature or design element you'd incorporate into your greenhouse to suit the Scottish climate? Martin, you got to judge the AI generated answers that StreamAlive is generating as well to give you a flavor of what you might get from people.
Insulating panels.
Hey, you're getting free suggestions for your greenhouse now, actually. Rain curtain.
A rain curtain around the entrance to stop the rain coming in. Oh dear. Heated floors. There you go. I think there's definitely some Scottish weather bashing going on there.
Yeah.
I think this greenhouse has exponentially got more expensive as we're going through this presentation.
It's costing me a fortune, actually.
Martin's having second thoughts now.
Just buy your tomatoes, I think.
You're committed now, right? You're committed. You have the greenhouse. You just have to put it together. Put a heated floor in. Put a tunnel from your back door to the greenhouse so you don't get wet when you're walking in and out. It hasn't mentioned music or anything, anything like. No, there you go. Have King Charles talking to it because talking to plants and things makes them grow better. So have the king speaking to them on loop, things like that.
So there you have the first 5 slides of your interactive presentation, Martin. You're going to talk about this, about building an octagonal tomato greenhouse, tomato, ask people where they're gardening, and as they type their answers, of course, in the simulation, they're typing answers all over the world, not just Scotland. They're not listening to you. And you have people in India and Dubai and the US telling you that they're gardening over there, but there's a global market for this.
I'll answer the question, but I know the answer anyway. But you can make that map regional as well, can't you, Lux?
Oh, absolutely, yes. So in this one,
Europe, right?
Yeah, it would change it to just Europe. Can't do it in the simulation, but yes, if I were to connect this to our Zoom chat or to LinkedIn or wherever, and we're getting people to answer in there, at that point, I could change it to make the default Europe or wherever. In fact, I think here's where, when I set it up here in the beginning, in the design, I could have pre-stipulated that beforehand itself, where I could, which region, map view, I could have said I want Europe by default. And in which case, the one that it pulls into Gamma is going to have Europe by default. Yes. Then I quite like the UI of, the slide progress indicator over here on the bottom. It's pretty nicely done, I thought. One here. There's the first place most people look for in presentations, saying, how many slides do I have to endure today? And then they're going into, so your talking slides, your listening slides, so Gamma for your talking slides, StreamAlive powering your listening slides, and the entire thing becomes a conversation, whether it's on Zoom or Teams or wherever you're doing it, or you're streaming on YouTube, or I think you should do this on Kick or Twitch, Martin. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a market for it.
That's where the gardeners hang out, on Kick.
Exactly. Yeah. Kick and Twitch gardeners. Have you never heard that? Just a question from me, Lux. Can you make you have the ability as well to make your StreamAlive interaction full slide screen on the Gamma presentation, right? So it's not just in a window, or can you make it bigger and so on? Because especially if you've got maps and things like that, and people might want to see that sort of full screen.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for that, rather than betray my lack of knowledge of Gamma formatting, what I would do instead is jump across. So I'm going back to Gamma app, and this is something I had fully cooked, which was storytelling workshop for businesses. And over here, for example, it's a full screen, and if I were to present it, I'm just going to go move this to full screen as well. There it is. I keep missing where the full screen button is in different places. So here I got a full regular slide. It's running on Gamma. And then this is kind of how it's going to look, Neil. So it will be in a rectangular embedded, but it takes most of the screen.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it really just sort of immersive. It's more immersive now being full screen instead of, it takes you out a little bit. I think if it's just like a little window inside of a presentation, it looks good.
Yeah. And I'm actually just connecting it right now just to test it inside our Zoom itself. There it is, asking it to connect to Zoom. And Martin, I think you're the host of the meeting now, so you would need to let the bot in if it knocks the door. There it is. And folks, tell us, I have a where are you joining from? So it's a standard vanilla question, but can you just type in the Zoom chat, please? Right now I'm typing in the Zoom chat.
I can't spell my own place where I live, but it picked it up anyway, so that's fine.
And there, for the first time ever, we are demoing how a Gamma slide can be authored by the audience, typing in the Zoom chat or whatever. I'm going to actually move to my favorite visualization, which is the globe.
It's very fast, by the way. You know, I can see we're typing in real time and it appearing in the Gamma presentation. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way it's coming out, right? It's being pretty fast, yeah. And got Martin, Neil, everyone here, and just gonna jump to some other jump here. There's Neil, 76 Fahrenheit, where he is. It takes a bit of time to load the weather thing, but I think it's
That's not bad. It's quite nice at the moment in Edinburgh. 60 degrees. That's okay.
Yeah. And did we get Said in there as well, or?
Said's in Morocco. It's probably quite warm in Morocco right now.
It took Morocco, yeah.
Oh, 25. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's creeping up this week.
Yeah, so I could run this over here and then, just move to my next slide.
But by the way, thanks a lot for playing along in the YouTube chat, Enda. But it will not pick up because this is just.
Oh, folks are typing on YouTube.
Invite.
Sorry, please explain that. Yes.
But I will add Malta for you because here we are.
He's already done it. He beat you to it.
Yes. Oh, okay. See,
sorry.
That's customer service.
2 people from Malta. There you go. Yeah. Lots of people have moved to Malta already. So thanks, Enda.
So that's the way it works with Zoom and with YouTube. We have Saeed on YouTube who copies everything from YouTube, puts it into Zoom, and so you can't run this session in both platforms without Saeed.
You need a Saeed to run StreamAlive.
Saeed,
That's basically what you say.
Very advanced technology.
It is worth saying to people that you can pick which platform that you want depending on where you're streaming or where you have your workshop and so on. Obviously, Teams is supported, Zoom is supported, YouTube and so on. And we typically would use a plugin with Restream where we're augmenting all the chat into one platform. And then that Restream plugin that is supplied by StreamAlive, which is a Chrome plugin, would then take all those chat messages and then push them into the interaction. So you can have a fully immersive interactive session as we showcased a little bit last week, where we had people from LinkedIn and YouTube and other platforms actually posting their chat messages and it appearing actually inside those interactions. But for today, we're just testing on Zoom. But this has been a really useful exercise to show how well it actually shows up in Gamma. And it's very easy to do as well, the interactions and the way that it connects.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And what you said is spot on, Neil. The latency is getting better and better. And it's pretty impressive, I think, the way it is right now, because it's a response from the Zoom chat going to the StreamAlive servers, getting processed on the StreamAlive app, and then getting embedded inside of Gamma and showing up in your Gamma back to the audience who typed that response in the first place on Zoom, where they're seeing it as a screen share or something. And that's happening in milliseconds now, and that's pretty beautiful. And to your point, yes, all of these platforms the common thing to everything you see here is that it has chat. And if it's in person, we'll create our own WhatsApp-like chat on your phone that you participate in if it's hybrid. So you could blend in person with one of these platforms. So you could have some people on Zoom, some people in person, or some people on Teams, some people in person. Right now, and I know you folks have asked us for it. Unfortunately, just the latency issues and all that we've discussed in our other conversations, we've not done a Zoom plus YouTube or other things, because Zoom is going to be almost instantaneous. YouTube is going to be, say, 10, 20 seconds away. If it's LinkedIn, it's probably going to be even more than that. So all those are a bit difficult to contend with. So we said a hybrid is fine. But one piece of good news, I need to share this with you. I know you are among the power users of our Chrome extension, and you mentioned it, Neil, and it works independent of this, right? You can't have the Chrome extension embedding in here. And I mentioned to you that we're trying to see if that's possible. Had a chat with the team today, and they've seen a first cut internally of it potentially working. Because they have a sandbox environment inside of a Gamma or a PowerPoint that needs to go to browser, open the Chrome thing, and then bring the chat from there and suck it up and hoover it and put it inside over here, right? So that's been a bit of a challenge, but it looks like we might be able to do it. So you could have a presentation on PowerPoint, Gamma, press a couple of buttons, and it's going to connect to whichever LinkedIn Live or,
Oh, wow.
And just pull that up. Even if it's a Restream link, and just pull that up and bring the chat in directly. So that's going to become even more.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It would save a lot of time.
Excellent. That would save a lot of time. And it's something that we've already been doing, not through the PowerPoint and Gamma route, but with StreamAlive is live streaming to LinkedIn, and this week I'll be doing it to LinkedIn and then use Restream pairing to going out to a bunch of guests on LinkedIn as well. And all of the chat will come back and feed through to Ecamm and be displayed on the screen. But we can also then drive the StreamAlive interactions. And the reason that that's becoming important at the moment in some areas is with LinkedIn, of course, it promotes things based upon the number of comments and reactions you get. And StreamAlive naturally creates lots of comments and reactions. So LinkedIn's algorithm looks at a live and then says, "Oh, that's had a lot of comments and reactions." And it might just be people typing in Paris, Germany, whatever, but it sees them as interactions, and therefore it thinks that's a popular post, I'll leave it hanging around. Or, as I am finding out now, it seems, and this is just theory at the moment, but based upon some basic A/B testing I've been doing, is that it's promoting the replays post-live. So after you've been live, LinkedIn seems to be saying, "Hey, Martin was live," and putting it into the list of things you may want to see. And in particular, I'm finding the replays are being watched on the phone. So 75% of them are coming in to the phone. So the fact that we're able to restream in horizontal and vertical and put the StreamAlive representation into the vertical representation all adds together. So I'm hoping in a couple of weeks' time I'll be coming back and saying, yeah, look at what we've done that's really clever. We've streamed out to all these places. It's gone out to multiple LinkedIn platforms. People are now watching the vertical replays. That's the goal anyway. But I guess the most important thing is that we can reach out and touch everybody's LinkedIn connections. So it's not just I've got 5,000, talking to somebody today who's got 10,000, and his colleague's got a couple of thousand. So all of those people get a notification saying Martin is live, but potentially all the guests as well, their connections will be notified post-live to say, hey, go watch the replay. And I think this is down to AI slop. So I think LinkedIn's reaction to wanting to get rid of AI slop is to say, hey, what's the most opposite thing you can have to that? And that is live. So the only thing, what we're doing here, totally live, reacting to what's going on, no AI involved in terms of our content other than what is being generated with regards to octagonal greenhouses.
Ironically, Martin, to your point, I always see like Martin was live and did something, like sometimes it's multiple times a week, but I never get the notification for Martin is live right now, so I can join. I always see it like in post after it's already ended, and then probably because of what you just mentioned, maybe interactions or other things, but I never get like the actual live sessions shown in my feed, so I can join live.
That's interesting because I do actually see things appearing in my feed saying people, Neil is live or somebody else is live, but not everybody I know. So I know Neil goes live fairly regularly and I don't see that, but some other people I do see notifications. There's a chap called Craig, talks all about all sorts of interesting things to do with SEO. He appears live regularly and I see that all the time. Oh, Craig's live. But I don't see Craig was live. So I don't know what the algorithm is doing, and no one ever does quite know what it's doing or keeping up with it. But it's definitely something is afoot, and hopefully we can make the most of it.
Yeah, and my experience is similar to what you described, Martin, where I get a notification saying so-and-so is live. And more often than not, it's someone I'm not in regular touch with. So I don't get it when I know Neil's live because I follow Neil's posts. I like them. And it probably assumes that, hey, since you're in regular touch with Neil, you know if he's live. I don't know if that's a logic, but the folks who I get an alert for saying they're live tend to be folks I'm not very connected with. So it almost seems to be, how do we catalyze discovery for an audience that is not regular over there? I'm curious about one thing. I was reading on something a few days ago about someone saying that the video tab, which we discussed once before, it was there, then it disappeared on my LinkedIn app, and now it's come back. On your LinkedIn app on your phone, do you have video as a prominent tab in the bottom? I do. It's the second tab now.
That's interesting.
I don't.
I did see some.
Not on
no.
Android.
Nope.
But while you're talking, I will update my app. Maybe something was
I was thinking the
pushed.
same thing.
Like,
I don't know, because I saw a few people mention this as well on the channels on the interwebs, and I was like, well, has it come back again? But I never saw it, and it's weird because I know Europe doesn't have the ability to use the Google Gemini Omni for creating the selfie videos. That's not available not in my country anyway. It's probably available in the UK because it's not Europe anymore. But in terms of others, it's interesting. They don't always, they're bound either by regional policy or something like that. But we've had it before. But Martin, you never had that video app option in LinkedIn, did you? But I did, which is a bit weird.
No, I didn't. So the way that LinkedIn rolls things out is a bit weird anyway. So apparently the way it rolls things out is based upon when you initially joined LinkedIn. So when you initially joined LinkedIn, in my case, I don't know, 20 years ago, it gives you a number or a group. You can't change it, you can't see it, you can't find out what it is, but that's the group you're in. And when it does its rollout, it rolls out on the basis of these random group numbers it gave you when you joined LinkedIn. So it's not specifically regional, although there may be regional reasons why they do stop particular content going out. But it's this random number in the background that you don't know what it is, but I never ever seen that on my LinkedIn app. No matter how many times I refreshed the app, it wasn't there. So don't know the reason.
Yeah, and that video tab is fully prioritizing vertical videos, to your point, Martin. So if you have a vertical video coming out there, it stands a better chance of being seen among the folks who have that video tab like I do. I mean, I go to the video tab, it's like business class TikTok. Right?
Yeah, and that's
It's
exactly
strange.
what we want.
It's strange. Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's my job to be timekeeper again today. So would you believe we've gone over 45 minutes already, and we were going to try and keep it to 45 minutes. So the stuff with Gamma looks totally amazing, but have you got any closing remarks? Anybody apart from me? I've got to go build a greenhouse a bit later.
As we all know now. No, I mean, I'm super excited about this one, and thank you guys for all the support. And as we build this, been sharing things, riffing ideas. I'm just happy we are at this point now, and officially to consider this the official announcement. Going to start putting out content and talking about it a lot more. We have some of the Gamma ambassadors already starting to use it and loving it and giving us feedback. So very excited about this new way of presenting and making this new way of presenting that is Gamma a lot more conversational. But, yeah.
And can people get it now and get it integrated today?
Oh, absolutely. So that button I showed you on Gamma where you click and pull up the StreamAlive thing is currently active for everybody. And the StreamAlive embeds have always been active, but we've not been talking about it because you're like, hey, someone discovers it accidentally and plays around, let them do it. But we haven't really made a song and dance about it, and now we should.
Absolutely. Well, it's fantastic. Thanks for sharing it today.
My pleasure. Always good to share it with friends.
Next week's show will be about how to grow strawberries in November. So tune in. Same time.
It's in Germany, though.
Yeah, then it will be somewhere else.
Somewhere else.
That sounds like a great way to close the show out. So I think I'm going to say cheerio from sunny Edinburgh, and everyone else can say cheerio as well.
Bye-bye. See you next week. Same time, same
See you,
place.
folks. Thank you.